All right. So he posted the link there for everyone to check it out if they decide to join the live stream, which would be awesome. And what that is that is basically my Discord channel. So if you haven't joined, feel free to join. Um, hey, Ms. Noob, nice to see you here. Hi, Success. Great to have you guys here. You guys are here early. Love that. That is awesome. Much appreciated. Just getting some last minute things set up here. And yeah, pretty excited. I know right now we have, what do you call it? We have Winterfest 3 weeks away. Exactly 3 weeks away. So that should be exciting. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. So that will be a big deal. I've gotten a lot of questions about Winterfest already, and I will get into some of that stuff later today. Hey Gary, thank you for the good wishes there. Stay healthy and safe. Thank you. I'm doing my best. I'm right in the middle of final season right now, so basically, I'm just getting exam, and I'm trying my best to stay healthy and safe. I hope you are staying healthy and safe as well, Gary, and as well to everyone here in the Hero Wars universe. So, thank you so much for joining me here today. I really, really appreciate it. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and start doing a couple of my tasks that I've done. It's been a really good day for me in terms of arena. I haven't really checked this server yet because I was hopping around. I ranked 24 on server 51, which is great. I ranked 30th on my mobile account. And let's see, I think I don't remember where I ended up ranking here because I tried to do it a little early so I could hop over to my other server and try to rank decently. I'm going to just collect all here. Can you see my heroes? Absolutely. Give me 1 second and I will get there for you. So ranking reward, I guess I ranked 47th. That's not terrible. Take that. So we will collect this right now. We got a surprise. Love those surprises. We're going to collect some of these great gifts that we've gotten from the Facebook page, right? Of course, you got the boxy gifts. I'm going to hold on to those until we get closer to Winterfest. This 500 energy I'm trying to save as well. And, oh, here's an older ranking reward. I guess I ranked 33 yesterday, maybe? Not sure. Game message. So here we got the 1,000 free energy. I just waited to claim this until now, but I'll claim it in a second after I keep up with what's going on right here in chat. So, can you beat Cormac with 300k team? I would say yes and no. I think it depends on the team that you're using. So, for me, 300k was not enough because I use Kark, and Kark is very much a multiple target attacker. If you have someone like Kira, maybe, or like you have Yasmin, right? Someone who deals a lot of damage that's focused on their basic attack as well as like their skill. That could be helpful. I know you have Kira, so I think that could help you out. But I would say I think it might behoove you to increase your team even a little bit more. I just think, Cormac, if I'm remembering correctly, has a little like bomb guys that walk by. So you definitely want to focus on having good, strong backline, healer slash defender. So Martha's really helpful there. But it's possible. I would say try to keep improving your team to probably 350 to 400k just to be safe, and really focus on having at least 2 or 3 heroes that have a defensive first artifact. That'll help you out a lot. Okay, so hi Brian, nice to have you here. Oscar, great to have you here at my stream. I appreciate it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I will show you my heroes that I have right now, since I think someone asked. I think it was me as noob asked. So here's my Kark. My Kark is getting stronger, right? So maxed out his items and skills and everything like that. The only thing left to do is really his skins, and that's because they added the Dark Depth skin, and so I'm 7 levels away from finishing off his skin, which is great. And he's my main damage dealer, of course, right? And he has some pretty good power here, as you can see. Nebula is my second best hero currently, but I've kind of taken a pause on upgrading her. Cleaver's been stuck at this stage for a while. Lars I've been working on, and I was able to max out his skin, his first basics default skin, right? And Martha's been stuck here a little bit as well. I've been starting to focus a little bit more on Asteroth. As you can see here, I maxed out his default and devil skin, and I'm working on the lunar skin, and then I will come back to the barbarian skin because I'm trying to get to the point where I can beat Seymour. And to beat Seymour, who's the last boss, you really need to have a good, solid Asteroth to be leading your team, or basically a real tank for me that doesn't just focus on damage. Cleaver is a great tank, no doubt about it, but he's very offensive based, and so his defense isn't quite up to par as what I need for the tank for the purposes of beating Seymour. So right now I'm working on Asteroth to compensate for that. I know I just got this item earlier today, the Cosmic Tremor. So that's what I'm focused on now, and I've been working on Sebastian as well. So those are kind of the heroes that I'm working on. I really want to get my Asteroth at least to 90k power, hopefully more, and then I need to work on Ju, who's falling way behind. It's just tough that both of them use these strength skin stones. All right. So do I know if during Winterfest you can send gifts to yourself on other servers? Okay, so my understanding is you cannot send gifts to yourself on other servers. They have to be on the same server you are on. So I'm not advocating this, but one way that I know people have circumvented it is they have multiple Facebook accounts. So then they can have, they can have send it to each other, right? So they make 2 accounts on 2 different Facebook pages, and then they send the gifts to each other on the same server, and then that can be done. I'm not going to say that you should or shouldn't do that. I just know that last year you were able to do that. But I realize that's advantageous to send it to yourself, but unfortunately Hero Wars did not allow us last year, at least, to send gifts to players on different servers. You had to be on the same server. So that's a bummer. I would personally recommend, this is what I did. I mean, obviously everyone has a different thing, but I buddied up with somebody, and basically every time they sent me a gift, I try to send them the same gift back. Unless we arranged a different, we communicated in chat or on Discord or, even on Messenger, for example, and just kind of made a plan like, hey, I'm going to send you, what was it? There's like Titan boxes, right? Which had different Titans in them. I mean, sometimes you got lucky and you got a Super Titan chest, which was really cool, which I think usually they came in packets of 5. So it was like 25 soul stones of any hero of or any Titan of your choice. So, it can be tough. So, that's kind of where I'm at there. So, me as noobs saying, haven't been the, what is it? I think it was Princess of Madness? Runaway Princess, okay. So, I think, yeah, this is where, Chapter 14 is where things, in my opinion, get a little bit tougher in terms of campaign, especially for free-to-play players on mobile, right? So mobile only has up to chapter 13. You can finish this guy, right? Was it Kovlis? Oh, Shavarak. You can finish Shavarak at level 106. Like, yes, this is level 120, but 106, you can clear this, no problem. But on Facebook, right, you have chapter 14 and 15, and this is a lot tougher. So the problem is I usually hit a wall right around here, Runaway Princess, and then I hit a second wall here at Heart of the Capital. And from there, it's pretty smooth sailing until you reach the halfway point and you have to do the Titan, you have to build up that Titan credibility, if you call it that, right, where you're basically getting that coolant. And then after that, I didn't have a problem until I got to Seymour. So, that's pretty much run-of-the-mill. That's just typically how things happen. But, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Winterfest is coming up, guys. That is 3 weeks away. So I would expect not this upcoming weekend, not the next weekend, not the weekend after that, but I'm going to expect that by the 26th, that weekend, we're going to have it. So I'm going to open up my, calendar, or not calendar, but, basically just open date and time preferences here. You can see that the 26th is the weekend that we're going to start having this Winterfest, is my guess. So it could start on Monday, but I think realistically we'll start on Thursday, which will be the 24th or 25th, depending on where you're at. And I think Winterfest will be, it's a blast. It is a tough event in terms of it's definitely not so much made for free to play, but there are some benefits even for free to play players. So I think everyone should be looking forward to that, and you can definitely get some great rewards out of that. Hi, Melissa. Good evening. And how's everything? Everything's going all right. We're just talking about the upcoming Winterfest, and how I've been having exam season. So right now, I have a total of, I think, 5 exams, right? And I have 2 papers in addition to those exams. So far, I have completed 2 exams, and I have 2 more coming up this week, and I turned in 1 paper. So, things are going well. It's just kind of, the school life, fun, and we're hanging in there. We're trying to stay safe and, enjoying the Hero Wars community with you, everyone here, and just having a great time. So hopefully everything's going well with you too, Melissa. All right, so there's someone who is on Path of Madness, I think at high level 60. Wow, that is impressive. So someone is on Path of Madness at level 60. Level 66. Okay, so Two Punch Man. All right, well, I will say, so my buddy One Punch Man probably made his second account and called himself, well, more like a 5th account at this point, called Two Punch Man, I guess. And he's level 66, and he's doing very well on Path of Madness. Sorry, that doesn't surprise me at all, if I'm being honest. I mean, he's probably just really focused on, the certain heroes to get to the end game, which I would assume are going to be like Jew, Asteroth, probably Cornelius, just because he needs that backline to get past. What is it? Those visages, right? That just blow cold air at you, and then basically you're like frozen unless you have a good backline attacker, right? And yeah, I mean, basically that doesn't surprise me because he does very well on these, tournament cups, right? He pretty much dominates in this facet, which, obviously he has all 18 fragments. I'm still working my way there. I'm hoping that once I get to that point, I'll be more competitive, which I'm planning ideally right now to be after Winterfest. So the goal is to see if I can get close to getting these 2 guys as close to winged as possible and shoot for that. Okay, it's not One Punch Man, it's another guy. Fair enough. Hey, why not? I mean, One Punch Man, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's actually it started out as a manga and it went into an anime, and that anime is hilarious. But sorry, yeah, not to nerd out here on you guys, but yeah, basically it's a pretty funny thing. Basically, One Punch Man is a very strong person, and everything that he hits with one hit basically gets knocked out. Okay. So it's Two Punch Man. Gotcha. No, he said 11 months. Okay, fair enough. Calvin in the house. I'm not sure if Calvin's in the house, but I'm sure if not, he'll check this out later. So shout out to Calvin, the sneak, right? Who did you use in Path of Estrangement Chapter 15 just after the last Celeste? Okay, so let me check here. Once I see this, I'll probably remember. So let's see. Path of Estrangement. Am I missing it? It's in Chapter 15, just after the last Celeste. Okay. So Path of Estrangement, I'm looking. It looked to... Okay. So based off of what I'm seeing here, right? So these guys are pretty annoying. This guy deals a lot of damage. This guy's a major tank. This just freezes you a little bit. The team I used was one that was unique in the sense that I used Kark, Cleaver, Nebula, and I used Martha. But in addition to those 4, I actually used Anvari. Anvari is my favorite hero, so I really liked Anvari, and I focused him on him a lot. So I used Invari, and that was very helpful in basically mitigating the recovery time, right? So heroes sometimes come back to life with this. I think this is a healer. Oh no. So I think this is a healer right here, this guy right here, the drilling installation. And basically what I needed to do was I needed to have my Kark deal enough damage. I may have ended up using Faceless, but it was either Faceless or Anvari. I can't confirm off the top of my head. But if it was Faceless, I definitely did a manual where I did, as soon as I had Kark skill go off, I had Faceless copy that skill and go off. It just was a really, really good combo. So that's kind of what I ended up doing there. So hopefully that answers your question there. Oscar loves One Punch Man. Hilarious show. I think it's pretty funny myself. So I'm glad someone else enjoys it. You're okay. Melissa's at level 86, stuck on the Runaway Princess mission. So Runaway Princess, that's a common place to be stuck. Don't worry about it, Melissa. All you're gonna have to do is keep leveling up. I'm sure the heroes that you have are just fine, and basically just keep leveling them up and strengthening them, and that will actually make a world of difference. So on my newer account, I think I'm level 128. And I still haven't completed chapter 13. I just stopped after I gained access to, I think, Krista. I just haven't gotten around to continuing, but just level up and you should be completely fine. A lot of people try to rush campaign. There's really no need to rush campaign. You really don't get that much benefit by completing it early. And if you're like me, you're expecting to play it for a while, so you're hoping that it doesn't just run out. And I know this one's a real toughie. The Seymour battle. Seymour is a monster. It deals a lot of damage. So don't rush it. Take your time. But I'm sure whatever heroes you're using are fine. Just keep leveling up and you'll be great. But yeah, level 93. Hey, that's fine. I don't think I passed Runaway Princess on my account until I hit probably like level. What level is this? Yeah, I think I waited until I probably hit like level 120, 123 before I really tried to proceed, just because when you have a level advantage over the opponent, your skills are more effective, their skills are less effective. That's kind of the bottom line, if I'm being honest. Hi, Chris. Nice to have you here. Yeah, absolutely. Great to have you here. Um, no one's keeping track of any attendance and who's coming in when, so it's great to have you here, Chris. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Do I think they'd ever add Seymour as a playable Titan? That's a great question. My honest opinion on having any more Titans right now is not for a while, because the last time I had a conversation with someone in the Hero Wars community, as in like the devs and stuff like that. The last time I spoke with them, they were saying that they weren't going to do anything to Titans for a while, and that they were happy with what's going on with the gameplay there, which in my opinion is very interesting, because I think Titans kind of have plateaued. There's not much. I mean, especially, I don't know, on mobile, it's basically, there's no artifacts on mobile. There's no totems on mobile. So they're just, they max out their Titans and that's it level wise. For Facebook, I think it'd be really cool if they added Seymour. But I think if they do that, they're going to need to add more than just Seymour, because Seymour will probably be like a Super Titan-ish in terms of strength. So I think it would be tough for them to simply just add him to the game and not have extra new Titans as well. And right now they really, really are pushing for what do you call it? They're pushing for these pets. So I fully expect to have a pet event before Winterfest. And if not, I know they're going to have stuff that we can get pet-wise during Winterfest, but I fully expect that we're going to have a pet event prior to Winterfest, right? At least I'm hoping, because they've been saying it for a long time and it hasn't happened. And really they have 3 weeks to make it happen, or 2 or 3 weeks to make it happen. And I don't think they're going to do it right before Winterfest, because I think the event before Winterfest, my guess is going to be a pretty boring event, just so that they have people like on edge and ready for Winterfest. So I think it would be cool if he was a Super Titan. I don't see them doing that anytime soon right now, which is sad, but that's the reality of the situation. who does, it would be cool if he was a Super Titan who did extra damage to all elements but has no defense against them. I think that would be cool. I think that would be cool. I also think it'd be cool if, he maybe gained statistics from the total, totems that you have, but I don't know. It's hard to know for sure, and it's hard to say what they're going to end up doing. Hey, what's up, man? Nice to have you here. Always good to have a familiar face. Always a pleasure. So thanks for coming in. And Oscar, yeah, that's a great point. I do hope that they do something with Seymour. I think he's a really cool character, and he has potential. I just don't know how they're going to go ahead and progress with it. And that's another thing, too. With Winterfest coming up, Winterfest has, historically, been known to have a new hero pop up every single time. So last winter we had Sebastian, who was a complete game changer. People were pissed when Sebastian came in. Just imagine everyone prior to Sebastian was using Jorgen or like Jet, for example, or any combination of these heroes that debuff and stuff like that. And the only real defense that you had was Nebula. But after the implementation of Sebastian, things completely got disrupted. That totally messed up the way the gameplay has played out now. What are my new thoughts on the new hero that's being teased? I actually have not seen the new video. Is it up? Thanks. What's up, man? Always vouching for those likes. I appreciate it. Always appreciate it. Okay. So I have not, Melissa. I have not. If I'm being completely honest with you, I had an exam today, so I have not seen the new hero that's been teased just yet. You know what? Let's go take a look. And I apologize if you guys have already seen it. Have you guys seen this? Okay, I guess I'm late to the party, and I apologize for that fact. I will check this out right now. Oops. Okay, so is it on? On their channel. Okay, so I'm on their channel right now. Let's see, videos. Maybe it's on their Facebook page, because I'm not seeing it here. Interesting. I would have an exam on the day that they drop some information on this, of course, right? Oh, there's no new video. Oh, okay. My mistake. Then I will. There's no new video yet. Okay, so I completely understand what you're saying now. I'm sorry, I had my head in the clouds. We're gonna ignore that. I'm not going to check this out, but it was teased a while by a community manager. Okay. Okay, so I haven't seen that yet. I will go back and check that out. And I will definitely get to you guys, get you some info on that. I'll probably make a video on it as soon as I find it. No, we're good. Okay, so we're on the same page now. So there is going to be a new hero. I guarantee that. And I guess it's already been confirmed. I will check it out. And I know they're going to give us more information as we get closer, so I'm not super concerned about it. But I'm always excited to see what happens there. They always have new stuff. And yeah, if you have time, Oscar, send me that link in the comments section. I mean, maybe not in the chat on here, but in the comment section, either on this video or another video, because then I can actually click on it. If you put it in the chat, then I'm unable to click on it, which is weird. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with YouTube on that one, but that's where we're at. And while I'm talking with you guys, I am working on getting some of these Alchemist set for my Asteroth. And I'm doing 10 at a time because I think for some reason when I raid multiple, like 70, the drop rate is not good. Just not good at all. So yeah, I would say if you're trying to accumulate a lot of an item, and it's purple, if it's higher than purple, go 10 at a time. For some reason, it just seems to give a better drop rate. It's like they're almost like, I feel like it's almost like when you do a huge number, Hero Wars like, oh, they don't really need the item. They'll they'll end up purchasing the energy using emeralds or something like that. So I would recommend, in a situation like that, go ahead and just do times 10. That's my opinion. Okay. They mentioned an engineer character. So maybe something similar to Fox, I guess, Gary? Um, okay. I will definitely look into it a little bit more. I've definitely been not slacking. I don't want to say that, but there's been a couple of days where I've kind of been dark in terms of Hero Wars, just, with exams and stuff like that, but I will definitely look into it more. And here we were able to increase our Asteroth's power, which is awesome. But thank you for that heads up. I will 100% talk about some things when I see that content, and I will definitely, fear not, I will be on top of my game on that. So I basically just have this one more week of finals this week, and then after that, I have a couple more assignments, but nothing major in terms of a time crunch. So I will be getting on the latest Hero Wars news for you guys and have it all up to date. You posted the link in general on Discord. Perfect, Oscar. I will definitely take a look as soon as I'm done with the live stream. So thank you for that. And Asteroth here has gotten a little bit stronger in the time that I've been talking. So, all right. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. You killed the first priest, but then you timed out. Okay, well, at least you made progress. Keep leveling up, and I'm sure you'll be able to beat him. I know that there's always like an incentive or a desire to continue to push and try to push in campaign, but I wouldn't worry about it. You'll get there. You'll take them out. I believe in you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna farm this. I know I said 10's best, but I'm kind of getting lazy, and so I will just do all 90 at one time. And we will do that. And we have one of these guys, Arena Shop. I'm going to just get that. Why not? Siren's Song. So we have 2 of them. And I need to do another one of these Alchemist sets, of course. We'll come back for that later. Let's see what else we got. Oof, 5 Hand of Glories. Man, it's a lot of those. Okay, it's a popular item, I guess. And, okay, we got to make items within items, which are always not as fun as they look. Okay, so I kind of have an idea of what I need to do for Asteroth. I'm still working on his glyphs because I was sleeping on his glyphs. I don't know what I was thinking. I always advertise that he's one of the best tanks, and I just didn't do anything with him, so that is my bad. We will increase him a little bit here. Okay, so that is what I have here. Let's see. Expeditions, been not doing these guys yet either, so I got to do those. Expeditions are crucial, guys, as you guys know. And for Winterfest, right? So previewing Winterfest, I checked some of my old videos and what they had last year. So the things to save, right, of course, are energy. And if you can, soulstones, right? Soulstone chests. Of course, you will get some just for simply sending presents. And I remember last Winterfest, the best deal was sending the cheapest package, which was the Titan Soulstone chests. And I will definitely tell you guys what the best deal is if you're just trying to get Soulstones on a particular day. And just curious, why do I prioritize magic attack for Asteroth? And Gary, thank you so much for being understanding. I love that, and I love how, understanding the Hero Wars community is, and how great of people there are that, play the game. It's really nice. It's a great community. So Oscar, okay, so you said, why do I prioritize magic attack for Asteroth? Great question. And part of it, well, actually, I think for Asteroth, it's really key to focus in on magic attack. And if we look here, right, his Flame Veil, which is, that shield he casts as soon as he is able to do that first skill, is based on the shield capacity, which is based on, 100% magic attack, right, plus, this 14,000. So magic attack plays a key role in his first skill. Then we have Devastation. This one doesn't involve magic attack at all. But the last skill, Last Word, which is the key skill for Asteroth, does really, really rely on magic attack. So it does 100% magic attack plus 37,500. right? So what that means is when you have your stats, magic attack is this 31,517. The higher this number is, the more durable your Asteroth will be, and the more health the hero is when they are resurrected with the Asteroth Last Word skill. So that is kind of why I really, really advocate that you have a good magic attack. One, right, his Flame Veil is stronger, which means it's going to last longer, take more hits, right, blocks the physical damage on the entire team. And two, when your first hero gets knocked out, it basically helps determine how much health that hero is going to come back with. Basically, right, if you have a hero who has a very little amount of health when they resurrect, they're going to get knocked out faster. A hero who comes back with nearly full health, that is a major threat. So that's kind of why people really prioritize magic attack with him. And armor and health are really important as well, but I just think that magic attack is really key, especially when we're looking at that last skill, last word, because at that point what you're using him for is resurrecting. And when I use Kark, Kark has very, very, well, now he has better magic defense with the new skin, right? But prior to this magic defense skin, he had almost no magic defense. So anytime he came up against a magic attacker, Kark really, really struggled and would get knocked out early. So Asteroth was a logical choice to basically allow for my Kark to survive longer in the fight. So that's what happened there. Couldn't hold yourself and used some of your soulstone chests during this weekend's event to have some gold for your titans. That's completely fair, and there's no shame in that at all. I mean, honestly, I did the same thing. I probably used about on this account. I used, let's see how many I have. So currently, I think I have 10 still saved up, right? So these only have 50 in them. So really, it's 5. So I have 500 soulstones ish here, and I used probably about 6. So I used probably 300. I have 500 still. I don't want to use my boxy gifts if I have the willpower, right? I'm trying to stay strong to not use them because they are so tempting. They always have really good rewards. I'm trying to hold on to those. I will be opening these Ancient Titan artifacts right now, actually. But yeah, I mean, I completely understand. Absolute Star Titans aren't a thing for you yet. I respect that decision, and I think, honestly, Absolute Titans should be goal number 1 when you have Titans, because once you have that, you can trade in any excess stones for basically Titan potions, which I think are great and super helpful. Then after that, basically, the next step is to focus on your main team and artifacts, as well as levels, of course, right? But I think step number 1 for anyone who's new to the game, who's trying to focus on Titans, should try to get their Titans to Absolute. It's really helpful. Okay, so it seems like this is going to take a while. I'm going to just go ahead and show all and collect all. One thing I was really bummed about was that they didn't have any skin stones in these chests. Like, come on, you're killing me. I really need those to start getting closer to maxing out my main Titan team. The skins are they're really hard to acquire. The only way you can get them is really either by using emeralds and buying them, which I don't want to do, or by essentially trading in your bronze trophies. So, that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. You saved over 20 green hero stone chests. Gary, I'm proud of you. That is actually a huge accomplishment and a lot of personal self-discipline, because it is really hard. Once you see something like that, you're dying to get into them. You're dying to open them up. So proud of you for sticking in there and having the self-control, because I certainly didn't. I opened up 6 of mine real quick as soon as, the event started going. So I have some self-control, but not enough, unfortunately. But I'm proud of you, and I'm glad that you are doing that. One concern I have is someone asked me about Astral Season and saving those. I think it's going to be very difficult to save those Hero Soulstones, because I think, right, this is just a hypothesis, I think that event is going to end just before Winterfest starts and gets into full swing. And here's my reasoning behind it. Not only did they start Astral Season mid-month, right, which I mean, Hero Wars isn't dumb. They're trying to make money, right? It's a game, but yes, they want to make money from those players who are going to spend. So it makes sense for them to have that Astral season event and before Winterfest starts so that people are more inclined to basically need to purchase stuff like Soul Stones and whatnot. That's just my hot take. I hope that's not true, but I do think that that's realistically what's going to end up happening. So yeah, I need Winterfest to start too. I really, really am itching to basically get some good deals, and I'm hoping Santa Claus that what was it? The winter ticket, the Winter Claus ticket, right? Which had the totem available as an option, as well as some other really, really good rewards. The only thing I don't really recommend is getting the baubles. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and sorry. I know a bunch of you guys have seen this video, and that's awesome. But I just want to point this out. Someone asked me the other day. I didn't respond to it just yet because I just saw a notification. But basically, what do you call it? They pointed out to me that the Winterfest, I had said positive comments on what everyone was asking for in terms of the Winterfest, Winter Claus event and basically what they wished for. And I said a bunch of positive things about it, and someone had an issue with they're like, all these things can't possibly be positive, right? You had to have had some negative comments, or some rewards are not as good as others, or whatnot, yada yada yada, right? So let me see if I can find. Let's see, Winterfest. I should have the video. Let me see. So I have this playlist. Here we go. Here it is. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'm going to try to skip ahead and pause. Oh, no, thank you. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's different rewards. So this is called 50,000 baubles, right? And the issue with this is yes, you decorate. Okay, so there's a Christmas tree. And what you have to do, right, is you acquire these baubles for basically doing different tasks. And then what you do is you trade in those baubles and you get items back essentially. Basically it's a team it's a guild event where you're trying to decorate this tree with these baubles, which are basically decorations for your tree. And I think the least useful item on here is this 50,000 baubles. Basically all you're doing is you're adding more items to the tree, which helps give your team more gifts. But in the long run, for your individual account, right, which will help your team, because if they have a strong account on their team, right, it makes sense that in the long term it's going to help. I think this one's probably the least useful. So I wouldn't recommend probably going for that one. I understand why people do go for it, but I wouldn't recommend it. 50 pet soulstone chests. That's not a bad one, but I mean, it's really only 250 pet soulstones, which is still a good amount. But I think that there's better rewards to be had in this bundle of rewards that you can get from Letter to Winter Claus. I don't know if these will be the same, but I thought I'd just point it out. Hero Soulstone Chest, not a bad one. There's 3, right? Sorry, my mouse in the actual video covers it out, but there's 3 here. So you get 300 Soulstones. That's not bad. That's pretty much halfway to an absolute hero, because a hero to become absolute needs 630 soul stones. So that's really what we're talking about here. 2,500 chaos particles, that's a lot. I think that's a pretty good reward. 10,000 emeralds, that's also a good reward. 350 summoning spheres for the Altar of Elements. I don't think this is a great reward. The reason being, 350 in my opinion will not get you a totem. Maybe you get lucky and it does, but the bottom line, in my opinion, is it won't. So I don't think that's a great choice. 50 skinstone chests, not really a great reward. 250 super titan chests. If you don't have your super titans absolute, this is a great reward. If you do have them, then maybe it's not, because what you're going to end up doing is you're going to just trade them in. But if you don't have all your super titans absolute, this may not be a bad prize or reward. Cleaver, super tough to get if you're free to play. Never a bad option to try to get him this way. So yeah, I think that's a great option. Then you have the totem, right? So this is a totem that is picked at random. For me, it won't be random. If you have a totem that's absolute, it's not going to be random. But for those people who don't have all absolute totems, this is the best item to get out of all of these. If you don't pick this one, I will cry for you. But I think this is a great option if they still have it. We'll see what they do this Winterfest, but I just wanted to clarify because someone had asked me about it and what I thought. I think they're all great. The only one I don't really recommend is this 50,000 baubles. But I do think the totem, that's a steal if you can get that one. Cleaver is great if you're free to play, especially and you don't have him. I think the Super Titans, if you don't have Absolute Super Titan, that's a great choice. Chaos Particles, Emeralds, if you're free to play, is also great. If you need Soul Stones, right, that's not a bad option. And if you really, really are trying to finish off a pet, 250 is not bad. It's just you're going to need a lot more. So that's kind of my hot take. And I just wanted to real quickly go over that. And yeah, 10,000 emeralds can probably buy you the 50,000 baubles. You're 100% right, Gary. Okay, so let me catch up on some other things. I know I kind of went off track there. So do I think they would make another Astral Season Battle Pass for winter with winter skins in it? No. That's a great question, Arnaud, but I don't think they're going to do that. And the reason is if they make winter skins exclusive to Winterfest, you're more inclined to try to get all the winter skin skins. I was actually I was able to get all of the winter skins during Winterfest. It's totally possible, and we actually went through more than 20 as a guild, and we ended up getting, I'm trying to think what you call them. After you get the winter skins and you get them all completed, you start getting 5,000 skin stones of your choice. Actually, hold on, let me double check that. It may have been a combination of all three, but basically the bottom line is you got skin stones after the fact, and we ended up getting a bunch of those skin stone packages because we had gotten every single winter skin. So here's the Nebula one, right? The really key ones are like Martha has a winter skin, which makes her look really, really old as opposed to her solar skin where she looks super young. Then you have Anvari got one, which was cool. And they always release, I think, like 6-ish new ones. They're going to release a ton of new ones. You're going to have the option to get all the old ones. And trust me, some of them are really, really helpful. Some of them are funny looking. I like Celeste. Celeste is cool. I think Chaba has one of the most interesting and funny ones, in my opinion. He's a Christmas tree. Let me find him. But I just don't see them really switching up the way that they've had it. I think it's really profitable the way that they do it in terms of the skins. And I do think you'll be able to get a good chunk of them. Maybe not as many as you'd like if you're free to play, but you'll still get a good amount. So I'm hoping that even though they won't probably have another Astral Season exactly like that for Winterfest, I think in the future there will be another Astral Season event, yes. But I don't think they'll put winter skins into it. That's my sad reality, I think, there. I wonder if the totem fragment we get in the letter depends on our Titan's power, like for the first fragment. So only your first 2 fragments are gonna be, you're gonna know what you're getting. So after that, it's pretty random. And if we take a look here, so it's based off the power, like you said, of your strongest, combined element, right? So here, my strongest is clearly Earth, which makes sense, my main team. So the first totem I'm going to get is going to be an Earth one. The second totem as well is based off your highest strength. After that, it's completely random. With the Winterfest one, the one that I showed you, right, in the Winter Clause letter, that one is a random one. So that one you don't get to pick which one you're going to get. For me, though, I did end up getting an Earth one. So for me, it was my strongest one, but I can't guarantee that that's always the case. So I don't think it's a guaranteed thing, but it's possible. I think part of it is definitely luck, though. So you need the Martha Winter skin. Yeah, I think I understand that, and I hope you get it. Wishing you good luck this Winterfest, Gary. And I think I have good faith you're going to get it. Yeah, the white is random. The yellow ball is choice. You're completely right. How How many stones did you guys spend on totems? How many stones did I spend on totems? I'm not sure I understand the question. Could you maybe rephrase the question? Sorry, maybe I misunderstood something here. Um, so I know you're talking about totems. I just am not sure. You're talking about emeralds? Absolutely no problem, Arnaud. That's what I'm here to do. I love talking with you guys, and yeah, absolutely no issue there. So yeah, what's up, man? Okay, so I understand your question now, um, and this is something that I have posted on a video before. Um, so the video I'm going to refer you to real quickly is the totem video that I have up. So there are these things called fail-safe numbers, and the thing to know here, right, is that the fail-safe numbers are basically like if you hit that number and you've spent X amount of emeralds, you're guaranteed a totem. Let's see. So I think if I go to popular videos, it will be an option here. So yeah, so this totems, Hero Wars totems, how you can get them all. I'm going to recommend that you check this video out. I will also talk about the numbers. I think I have them available. Let me see if I can quickly skip through the ad. Yes, very cool, Norton. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. So let's go ahead and get to the numbers. Where are the numbers at? Did I already pass them? I must have passed them. Okay, so here we go with the numbers. Okay, so if I break this down real quickly, basically what you have is these are the number of emeralds you need to spend to get a guaranteed totem fragment, right? And these are numbers straight from Hero Wars. This is not something I made up. These are numbers that we asked the developers of Hero Wars to give us the numbers because we were like, this is crazy. How the heck are you supposed to get all 18 fragments? So this is the guaranteed number of emeralds that you spend. You're going to guarantee yourself a fragment. So, right, you spend 4,500 emeralds. You're guaranteed your first totem, which is going to line up with your strongest combined elemental, strongest elemental titans, right? Same with the second one, which costs a total of 45,000, right? So 10 times this is approximately your second totem. To get your guaranteed third totem, you're going to need to spend almost 10 times that amount, right? And the issue, right? Oh, okay, sorry. I will. All right. So the issue is really, you're asking how many it takes. So yeah, okay. So I got really, really lucky. And I think it actually shows in this video how many emeralds I spent. So I spent a total of. I totally completely forgot how many I'd spent. So I had spent 1,168,667 emeralds to get, I think what I had at the time. Let's see what I had at the time. So I know I've gotten some emerald or some totems since because I've spent more emeralds, but let me see if I can figure out how many of these I had. Okay. So at this point, I had an absolute totem and I had a 2-star water totem. And the crazy thing is I actually got 2 of my earth fragments for free. So I got 2 of mine during Winterfest. One of them was a free open, and the other one was from the Winter Clause letter. So I did spend a lot of emeralds, and a lot of that is over time, right? I actually, pretty much every week, I try to spend at least, uh, you know, I try to get 2 buys in at the totem altar of elements if I can, just like from free emeralds. So I do regularly spend emeralds there. And for me, I got really lucky, and I still spent a lot of emeralds on the altar. And basically, I got really lucky though too. So you got to consider I got a lot of emeralds for free. just because of, I entered some contests on the Hero Wars Facebook page. There were less players around that were competing in those things. So I got lucky and I got rewarded a bunch of emeralds a couple of times. So I did spend all of those as well. Um, and yes, it's only on the altar of summoning. So emeralds you spend elsewhere don't qualify. And the other thing to be careful about is if you do get a free totem, that counts as, one totem. So it goes to the next number. So let's say you already had a 1-star totem. If you get lucky and pull the second totem, the number for the failsafe becomes this third totem. Think of it this way, right? There's 18 total totems. Every time you get one, you go to the next number. So it doesn't matter if you spent emeralds or if you got it from a free opening, right? You got to move to the next number. So basically, it might be smart to, if you already have one totem and you got the reward, don't open your totem until you get the second one, because second and third one, that's a lot of emeralds, especially if you're free to play. But if you can swing the second one, there's no need to open your free one and force yourself into a situation where you have to expend 10 times the amount, right? Is it 10 times? Yeah, 10 times the amount, roughly, to get your third totem. So that's just my hot take. Don't open your free totem if you get one from Winter Claws. Keep it in your inventory until you get the next one if you can. If you're like, there's no chance I'm ever going to get the next one, feel free to open it, but that's just my hot take. And yes, as Gary has said here, right, you have to spend your emeralds. In here you can see I have 3,000. You want to spend your emeralds at the altar. If you spend them anywhere else, it doesn't count. And so I typically do about 1,000 per week, but right now I'm saving up my emeralds. How do I get 1,000? So I usually get at least 120 in arena daily. If I'm paying attention, I'll get more, but 120 means you rank in the top 100 on arena or grand arena. And I spend 120 pretty much daily anyway, so I try to get more than top 100 rank, but if I don't, then I usually get around 700 for the cup rankings. If I rank around, 700-ish, then the rewards are pretty dang good. And I get around, 700 emeralds, if I remember correct. I don't really see, oh, here we go. So I usually get around, I guess if I rank around, depends on if I do all my attacks. So I can rank anywhere from 400 emeralds to 650, I think is my best. I don't think I've gotten 700. So maybe 400 to 650 emeralds per week from the tournament that I normally get, plus the emeralds that I get from arena or grand arena really help boost my Titans, and it really helps me basically figure out how to go about, spending at the altar of elements. That's kind of how I do that. How did I get 2? One of them was actually just from opening a bunch of Titan artifact spears, and I got lucky and I got a free one. The second one was from the Winter Claws letter, where I got lucky, and that was the thing that Santa, or Winter Claws, right, gave me. So that was really cool. So say you got really lucky and you get your third totem by spending under 20k emeralds. How much does it take for you to get to your fourth? So it would then get you to the next number, and I'm sorry I closed my page on it, but basically whatever number was showing, and I may have a smaller version of that. So I do, and I remember making this a while ago. So if you get lucky and you only spend 20,000 emeralds, then you would need to, for a guaranteed fourth totem, you would need to spend a total of 850,000. So almost double what you spent, or what you would have had to spend to guarantee yourself that third totem. You would need to spend to get your fourth totem. So right, let's say you spent 20,000 and you got lucky and you got your third. That means you're a long ways away from guarantee getting your fourth totem. You may get lucky and you may get it sooner, but the bottom line is your odds aren't great in your favor on that one. So that is my hot take on that. So if you got a free totem after that, I would say go ahead and feel free to open it from Winter Claws. But I think it's tough. It's very very tough to. Yeah, I would say it's rough. I know someone was statistically doing the numbers, and I think they said it would take 30 years if a free to play player um, were to only use Altar of Elements free spheres because of the low rate at which you can get the totem. So I apologize, not great news, I know, but I do think it's the honest news. So sadly, that is what I'm gonna have to say about that. Here I'm gonna go ahead and strengthen my artifact level a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and just trade in to the merchant these elemental tournament coins for Earth Crowns, because that's what I still need a bunch of for all my Earth Titans to get them to Absolute Star, because as you can see, I have a bunch that are at 5 stars, so these 3 guys, and I especially need to focus on the tank. That middle artifact is really key for your tank, as well as the last one. But yeah, no problem. What's up, man? I'm sorry that I don't have better news for you on that front, but that's kind of what we're looking at there. So that is what I have here. Oh, the other thing I needed to do was I needed to. So I don't want to spend any emeralds, but I will eventually try to complete my Thea because I just need one more soulstone for her to get her to absolute. Do need to open this free chest. So we got 3 Marcus soulstones. They really need to get like a better drop rate on these because I'm never gonna be able to finish this 7. What is this? Obtain 50 hero soulstones. If I don't get like an 18 opening soon here, like there's no way I'm gonna be able to get 50 hero soulstones from free openings. Like that's not gonna be possible, which is unfortunate, but that's the reality of the situation. Upgrade any Titan by 3 levels. Ooh, that might be tough as well. Just because I haven't done it in a long time. I actually upgraded my Titans a bunch yesterday, so that is not great news for me. I can only hope that I get enough of these soulstones from the Titans today and can trade them in to level up 3 times. I'm going to have to target my weaker of the Titans that I have because I would need a lot of Titan potions. All right, so we're going to go ahead and trade these guys in. And we're going to see how many Titan potions I can get back. 18,000. That's maybe 1 level. Okay, so we're going to try to push up Mary a little bit here. So 1. Oh, okay, we can do this. 3 levels. We were able to squeak it in. Buzzer beater, right? Use all the resources I had on that. So we were able to get the 3 levels increased. And the thing that I'm talking about, right? I know a lot of you guys already heard me complain about this, but the Guild Wars shop. And yes, I know. Very fortunate to have all my unique skins. I'm done with Ju and Ziri. Don't really need Titan potions. I don't need those chests. I do need those runes. But the thing I'm focusing on right now are these Titan skin stones. And it's really tough because I don't want to just trade in all my Guild War trophies because I want to level up my totems as well. So, tricky game I'm playing right now. And that's kind of where I'm at. I really, really want those Titan skin stones, but it's just hard to get them. Just hard to get them. It is what it is, though. Whew. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this artifact run, right? Cool. All right. Let me see if I have any other important quests I need to do off the bat. Not really. I guess I can do the Emerald Exchange. But yeah, so I hope that answered most of you guys' questions. If you have more, feel free to let me know. No big deal at all. But yeah, that is one of my concerns with the Astral event. I don't think that the event will stick around long enough to allow you to basically use all those goodies. The totem max level, I believe, is 120. Let me double check that, though. Maybe 130. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I should know this. I just don't know it. So I'm going to just defer to what I have because my Earth one is maxed out. So I want to say 120. 120 is perfection. So here's my totem. It's done. Um, that's true, Arnaud. Great point. We do receive a bunch of Titan skin stones during Titan events. It's just it's never enough, sadly. And I don't mean to sound like ungrateful or anything like that. I totally love that Hero Wars does give us a bunch of those, but it's just like you hit a point here, right? So like I need 7,800 for one level on my default skin for Eden, right? Level 40. And I need 20 more levels of that, and this is going to go up. This number is just going to go up. So that is a lot of Titan skin stones that I need still. And then I have guys like this, like my Angus, right, who, you know, his lower elemental armor needs 2,400. I can't even field that right now. And right, so I'm just like slowly going across the board for my main team. Of course, like some of my other Titans are like 10 or less, right? So this one doesn't even have one. I did get the champion skin because I figured why not for my tank Titans, but it's just it gets really really crazy in terms of the number of Titan skin zones that I need to just do one level up. And there's no way I want to, you know, spend that many emeralds for one Titan skin upgrade. And I'm just afraid I'm going to click on it. So I'm going to get away from it. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about there. I do understand that we do get a good amount from the Titan events. I just wish there was a way we could get a little bit more. Anyway, that's what we're talking about. I know Question Mark always asks me to mention to him, make sure you get your items from the Pet Soul Stone Shop. So if you haven't done that, make sure you do that. I do have a good amount of gold here. So I did want to finish off my Thea, right? But I don't think I'm going to be able to do it during the stream. And here's why, right? So my Thea, maybe I'll just wait until next week, but I just really need one more soulstone here. And then I'll be having her to absolute. But I guess I'll delay that for a week and I'll do it next week. My fault. I should have been paying more attention. Outland, not much has changed for me in Outland. I haven't really focused on Outland much. I'm focusing on upgrading my heroes that I need for, really for Guild Wars as well as campaign, right? I need Jew and Asteroth especially, and then I need to focus on Faceless after that. So I really have to focus on 3 heroes still. So it's going to be a little while before I get to a point where I can comfortably take down Seymour. But once I do, you guys will be able to know it. And yeah, I know, right? Rolling on the floor laughing out loud. Love it, Chris. Love that comment. I completely, that's how I feel as well. But anyway, that's kind of what I have for you guys for this particular stream. And yeah, hopefully it was very informative. I want to thank you guys for coming. It's always great to come to this Hero Wars community and just get to hang out with you guys. You guys rock. I hope you guys are staying safe and positive. I know, obviously, you know, with winter season coming around, obviously Winterfest is super exciting, but obviously sometimes it can be a little bit depressing. So it's great to have you guys here. It's nice to basically have something fun to do in the middle of finals and hang out with you guys. So thank you so much for making this a great stream, for being a great community, and just, you know, being all around great people. So thank you so much, everyone.